she was pregnant and she was going to be induced that day, and you decided to put your hands on her. I don't understand how is she getting in your head that you would be hitting a pregnant woman who's about to deliver your child. And she had bruising and swelling to the eye, along with busted vessels in her eye. That's what you did. I used to do CPS cases, and parents would tell me I will walk through fire for my children.
Yes, ma'am.
They would say that because they knew nobody had a fire for them to walk through. Court is finding you guilty, sentence you to...
This one's tough to sit through. The man standing before this judge isn't some career criminal. He's a 21-year-old father of 2. But the reason he's here? He was found guilty of assaulting his pregnant girlfriend. Yeah, let that sink in. A woman carrying his own child. From the very start, the judge doesn't hold back. She looks him dead in the eye and says, "She was pregnant and about to be induced? And you decided to put..."
You understand you're charged with assault of a pregnant person. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. I'm looking at this plea bargain agreement, and there's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Stephanie Ortiz.
That's her by her request, Judge.
I'm not following. I'm not going to follow that.
Even though that's her request.
No, I mean, no, even though it's a request, according to what I'm about to receive, he is a person who is hitting on, not in a loving manner, a pregnant person. I mean, was she pregnant at the time?
Yes, Your Honor.
So if, you know,
She's requesting, and I'm sorry, Judge, may I speak?
sure.
She's requesting it for her convenience. They've been doing custody exchanges for the last almost a year through a third-party person, and it's her request. She reached out to me, filled out an affidavit of non-prosecution, and requested that. So
I'm not following that. So if you all want to withdraw your plea now, you can, but I am not doing a no harmful or injurious contact for somebody who's accused, and I haven't read the, the steps yet, who's accused of hitting a pregnant person.
that's fine, Judge. They're no longer in a relationship. The only relationship is for the benefit of their children. He has no interest in communicating with her beyond that.
All right, so I'm not going to follow that. So y'all have a choice. Either you can go to jury trial, or either you all can change that part of your plea bargain agreement.
We're proceeding with the no contact, Judge.
All right, if you all want to change that. Court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we would just request that you follow the agreement between the state and defense. Mr. Casillas is wanting to move forward in a direction that's appropriate for his children. He understands what went wrong, and he wants to take full responsibility for that. And he has had no issues since the arrest on this date, and they have been successfully co-parenting since that time. There was a CPS case, Judge, that was closed out for no finding.
All right, how old are you?
21, Your Honor.
How many children do you have?
2, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
1 year and 6 months.
1 year and what?
1 year and 6 months.
Are you employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do?
I work at Amazon at facility warehouse.
All right, so why do you keep hitting on Stephanie Ortiz? At one point, I'm assuming you loved her because you have children with her.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why do you keep hitting on her?
It was just me not being in the right state of mind, me letting my feelings get to myself and not just thinking right and thinking straight.
That makes no sense to me.
Your Honor, it was just my fault. I just let my feelings get to myself, let her get in my head and
Let what?
let her get in my head, and I just reacted in a wrongful way.
No, but I mean, you're up here hitting someone. Honestly, I don't even know why I should follow this plea, but your attorney is telling me that she's filed a affidavit of non-prosecution. But according to this, she was pregnant and she was going to be induced that day, and you decided to put your hands on her. I don't understand how is she getting in your head that you would be hitting a pregnant woman who's about to deliver your child.
No, Your Honor, what that day was in the day we were supposed to get induced. But I believe the hitting was before that. So it was just the marks that had came about.
But you still hit her while she was pregnant,
Yes.
and she was close to her due date.
Put your hands on her? The entire courtroom goes silent. You can hear the disbelief in her voice, and honestly, who wouldn't feel that way? The defendant tries to mumble something about not being in the right state of mind, saying he let his emotions get to him. But Come on. That's not an excuse. You don't accidentally bruise a pregnant woman. The judge cuts right through his excuses, reminding him that the victim had bruises, swelling, and burst blood vessels in her eye. That's not losing your temper. That's abuse. And get this. Instead of showing a shred of remorse, this guy actually tries to correct the judge. He tells her, well, she wasn't about to be induced that day, as if that somehow
Not that it's appropriate to hit anyone anyway,
No, it's not, Your Honor.
but obviously she was pregnant. And what she's saying in this documentation, I want you to tell you the reason why I'm saying no contact,
Yes, Your Honor.
because what she's saying in this police report is this is not the first time that you've been abusive to her. And the police took photos and she had bruising and swelling to the eye along with busted vessels in her eye. That's what you did. So the two children you have, is this a boy and a girl or two boys or two girls?
Girl and
All right. So what's your daughter's name? Sarabella.
she's a year and 7 months.
All right. So she's a year and 7 months. I guarantee you she knows that you've been abusive to her mom. Do you love your daughter
I love her with all my heart.
with all your heart? Would you do anything for her?
I would, Your Honor.
I used to do CPS cases and parents would tell me I will walk through fire for my children.
Yes, Your Honor.
They would say that because they knew nobody had a fire for them to walk through.
Mhm.
But I believe you when you say you love your daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
So how would you feel if your daughter became of age and she ends up with somebody like you who hits on her? Would you be okay with that?
I'll be very upset, Your Honor.
And so your daughter is learning what it means to show love is to hit on people, and might makes right.
Your Honor, that's
You're going to have to change your ways.
yes,
You
Your
are not to have any contact with Stephanie Ortiz. And anybody else you get into a relationship yet, don't let them meet your publicist. Let them meet you and tell them, hey, want to let you know I had this abusive acts in my background,
Yes, Your Honor.
because then they can make an informed decision about whether or not they want to date you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication.
makes it better. Like, dude, really? You think the timing matters? You hit a pregnant woman, your girlfriend, the mother of your child, and you're standing there splitting hairs about the due date. Unbelievable. The judge keeps her composure, but you can feel her anger simmering. She brings up his daughter, just over a year old, and asks him a question that hits like a brick. How would you feel if your daughter grew up and ended up with someone like you? You can see him shrink. No words, no excuses left. Because the truth is,
There's to be no contact with Stephanie Ortiz. There's to be the BIPP course, parenting classes, that can be with rainbows. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived once he completes parenting classes, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive, Your Honor.
And what are you going to be positive for?
I mean, no, negative, Your Honor.
Negative? Okay. So you haven't used anything.
No,
I think Amazon drug tests, do
yes,
they
yes,
not?
I'm done, Judge. Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's to be regular UAs. I'm going to want field visits one time every 3 months. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
You already did mention the regular.
Yes. All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
his little girl is learning what love looks like from him, and that thought alone is heartbreaking. In the end, the judge lays down 6 years of probation. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. 6 years sounds light for someone who put his hands on a pregnant woman. Maybe the court's hoping he'll turn things around, but I'm not holding my breath. Some lessons take real consequences to stick. Now the courtroom shifts to a whole different kind of tragedy. A 17-year-old kid standing before the same judge, charged with aggravated robbery. Let me repeat that.
Stand in each cause number, you're charged with the offense of aggravated robbery. That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is up to, anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments in each cause number, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge, but ask to waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just ask you follow the plea bargain, Judge.
All right. And the cause number ending in 2528, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 2529. Taking consideration 2023 CR 2621, 2527, 699185, and 184. There's to be restitution, if any, to Isaac Cervantes, Cameron Carroll, Kyle Sutherland, and Stephanie Lefevre, and also no contact with any of those parties. And then in cause number ending in 2529, court is finding you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison.
17. Barely old enough to vote and already facing up to 99 years in prison. When the judge reads that number out loud, you can see the weight of it sink in. 99 years for a teenager. But this isn't petty theft. It's a first-degree felony and there's a deadly weapon involved. The kind of crime that doesn't get second chances. After reviewing the evidence, the judge finds him guilty on multiple counts. Sentence? 5 years here, another 5 there. Stacked together, that's 10 years in state prison. 10 years before he even hits 27. Now you can tell the judge isn't happy about it. She looks at him like she's trying to reach whatever part of him still cares. You're 17, she says.
Credit for any time served, concurrent with 2023 CR 2528. Taking consideration 2023 CR 2621, 2527, County Court Cause number 699185, 184, no contact, and restitution to the following: Isaac Cervantes, Cameron Carroll, Kyle Sutherland, and Stephanie Lefevre. I'm pronouncing that name all sorts of ways. I apologize to Stephanie. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're off the record. How old are you?
17.
You're 17 and you're doing this foolishness. Things, if you want things, you got to get a job so you can have things. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
For a 17-year-old, you've chosen a hard road for yourself because you're going to prison, 17. And you're going to be in prison with a bunch of people who are there for murders and other things. When you go to prison, don't become institutionalized. You're 17, you still have a chance to make something out of yourself and do better in your life. So keep your head down and do your time and try to improve yourself. You can even take college classes while you're at the prison. And if you dropped out of school and don't have your high school diploma, you can get your high school diploma while you're there. So don't come out of prison having just wasted time, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Mr.
And you've already chosen a hard road for yourself. You'll be in prison with men who've killed people. Don't become one of them. Keep your head down, take classes, do something with your time. It's one of those moments that reminds you, even judges feel heartbreak. They see kids like this all the time, and every single time, it's another life circling the drain. As for the defendant, barely reacts, just says, "Yes, ma'am," and walks off. 10 years gone in an instant. You can't help but wonder, if someone had reached him sooner, maybe this story would have gone differently. So what do you think? Was 10 years fair for what he did, or too harsh for a 17-year-old kid who still has time to change? Let me know in the comments, because this courtroom doesn't hand out sympathy easily.